Had I told you about it? Well, a little while ago we were talking about the Scarecrow, about the figure of the Scarecrow. It's scary, isn't it? It's so strange what happens to us when we see a scarecrow. In Argentina, maybe I don't know if there are that many or if it's very common, but in other countries it is. I always remember a movie I saw when I was a kid. I don't remember the name, but it had something to do with a scarecrow. At some point in the movie, a guy was killed and they put him inside the scarecrow. The guy was... The scarecrow, it was a dead person. I'm not talking about Jeepers Creepers. The one I mean is older and called Black Harvest. What a movie. Definitely one for the paranormal cinema, right? That's one to watch. At the paranormal cinema cycle. Why are we so scared of a scarecrow? When you talk about the spiritual, sometimes people think that spirits or demons can't manifest physically without a structure. A scarecrow is an invitation. Since it has an anthropomorphic shape, a head, torso, and limbs, it works as a false body, a wandering spirit or a demon unable to possess a living human with its own will. Take what most resembles it in the movie. The creatures have no organs, they're straw and rags, but they have consciousness. That movie is impressive. Black Harvest, that's what they look for. Historically, scarecrows weren't created to scare birds, but as protective totems for agrarian rituals. The farmer makes a pact. The scarecrow is a guardian bound to the land. Its function is not to move, but to observe. It only activates when a sacred rule is broken, the invasion of the property. The scarecrows in the movie ignore the protagonists until they invade their perimeter and touch their belongings. This suggests that the phenomenon belongs. It's a curse. There are also esoteric theories. The countryside generates loneliness and madness. A lonely farmer, staring day and night at that static figure, projects so much emotional energy, fear, paranoia onto that dummy that he ends up creating a tulpa, an entity created by the mind. The scarecrow comes to life because the observer believes so much in its presence that the residual energy gives it autonomy. Also, if we focus on that movie, on witchcraft, for the land to bear fruit, sometimes it demands sacrifices. The scarecrow is the collector of sacrifices. It doesn't protect the corn crop. The scarecrow is the real crop. The corn is just the bait to attract people. Did you see what happens to us with the so-called valley? Disturbing? Of course. Why does it scare us so much? Because we instinctively know that something looks like a human, but it doesn't move. Actually, it's waiting for us to blink so it can get closer. And what about you? How do you feel about the figure of the scarecrow? I'd like to read your comments and hear your voice messages. Countryside listeners, please tune into the radio. If you have scarecrows, send photos of your scarecrows. Send me photos to my streaming WhatsApp at 1,166,486,777. If you have photos of scarecrows in the countryside, in Argentina, or anywhere you're watching our show, send them to me anytime. I want to see them. Real scarecrows. I've never seen a real scarecrow. I've only ever seen the ones from the movies. 1166, 48, 677. In a supernatural episode, the Winchester brothers investigate a case on a farm with a scarecrow. Okay, send material.